sir.
Hello. Hi, Pam. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ay, good evening.
Ay, oo nga. Good evening. Okay. So, okay naman yung audio ko?
Yes, sir. Okay lang po.
Okay. So, ayan. So, sa phone ulit ako magsasalita in the video. Then, for the screen sa ating laptop. So, sabihin nyo lang pag may mga technical problems ulit tayo. So, hello, good evening sa inyo. We will proceed with our next topic, which is all about medical terminology. So I will share my screen. Please check if it's going to show. So I'm sharing now the screen. Let's wait for it to upload. Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nikki, Pam, and Vic. So
Yes.
first is, do you have a pen and paper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll show you this one. Please copy the code because I made a Google Classroom page for us. So all the materials, learning materials, and even you can send your questions, inquiries regarding this. You just need to download Google Classroom, pwede sa phone, pwede sa any device. Just copy this page, this code. AAA,
Triple A.
Kilo Alpha, Hotel Echo. So AAA, KAHE. When you download your Google Classroom, for you to join my class, which is entitled Medical Coding, you need to input this code. Then please, please register your account lang under your name. No nickname, please, para I can easily trace who are already joined in the class. So for our last week's discussion, I already uploaded the slide, so you can download it. So from now on, all of the materials, especially the slides that I will be presenting to you, as well as mga makikita kong downloadables, especially this week too, marami kong nakita na pwede nyong ma-access on your free time to review. I will be uploading it after the review or after the course. So usually Tuesday ko siya i-upload. So just go to Google Classroom and then find the class for medical coding, and that's the password for that. Okay, so let's begin with our topic. So this week, our topic would be for you to be familiarized and learn how to decode and how to understand what medical terminologies are. So we will put the meaning on those terms and also identifying which diagnosis or disease or even the body parts that these particular medical terms are being transcribed by the doctors in terms of medical records, verbally or orally. So for this one, you will use the medical terminologies, especially in finding the disease for the ICD. So your main source for your exam would be identifying the codes using the medical terminologies and their meanings. So sabi ko nga, sa AAPC, yung medical terminology nyo, parang using the dictionary, you will find out the meaning. Mga 8 or 10 items out of the 150 exam. So medyo malaki-laki din yung percent niya. Plus ang kagandahan dito, during the exam, you're allowed to bring a medical dictionary. So, mas madali siyang hanapin, right? Or kung wala ka namang medical dictionary, even your ICD-10 and your CPT book has some list of medical terminologies. So, in my case, nung nag-exam ako, meron akong hindi kabisado na medical term, buti na lang, nakita ko siya sa likod ng book. So, in a way, makakatulong siya. Pero ang pinaka-importante dito, sa sobrang dami ng medical terminologies, hindi naman lahat ay medical field or hindi naman may medical background, maintindihan lang natin yung basic understanding, especially sa mga body parts kung anong tawag, para may associate natin yung body part dun sa mismong sakit. So, for this week, our topic would fall on anatomy and physiology. So, ang meaning ng anatomy would be the different parts of the body. So, identifying its name, which are specifically, ang origin niya ay Greek or Latin words. We all know na yung mga early scientists natin, nagsimula siya sa Greece or sa Rome or even sa Italy. So, yung mga kilalang ano ba tawag sa mga scientists, mga doktor, yung mga gumawa ng mga libro, mga nag-research sa body. Kaya doon nagsimula yung language na yon. Tapos kinonvert na lang sa English language. We will try to understand what are the basic medical vocabulary, especially sa anatomy. Anong tawag sa head in scientific or in medical term? Anong tawag dito sa arm, sa heart, sa ganyan. And then also, we will have an introduction how these body parts are affected by disease. That is now the meaning of your physiology. Physiology or pathophysiology is how a disease affects a body system or a part. So for example, meron kang heart problem, hypertensive ka, lumalaki yung heart mo. So the anatomy is the heart. Now, trying to find out what happens on the different parts of the heart because your heart is a muscle, that is now the pathophysiology. So kung paano from hypertension, magiging stroke siya hanggang mamatay ka kasi inatake ka sa puso, that will now be the pathophysiology. So we have 12 major systems in the body na napag-aralan naman natin elementary, high school, or even college, that each system supports a different function for us humans to live and to get by. So first would be your integumentary. This is your largest body system or organ because it's composed of your skin. So from head to foot, you have your skin. So integumentary, you have your hair, skin, and nails. So ang kanyang body function will be, first is protection from outside forces like sa mga scratch, sa pag nagkasugat ka. But also, it regulates fluid and body loss because, kumbaga siya yung covering mo. So, yung mga dugo mo, yung water sa katawan mo, intact siya sa body. You also have your skeletal system, which is your bones. This is now for your support. This gives you the frame. You can stand, you can move, and also it protects some of your organs. Next, you have your muscular system, which are now the muscles. So in relation to your skeletal, sa bones and muscles, yung kalamnan mo, sila yung nagbibigay ng shape sa katawan mo, nagpro-protect din ng organs, and of course, ito yung nag-function para makagalaw ka. Kasi napapalibutan ng muscles yung bones. So para mag-contract ka, para mag-flex ka, you need your muscles. Okay? You have your nervous system, which is kasama ang brain, spinal cord. So, nervous system, yun yung nagko-coordinate sa buong body mo. So, siya yung parang motherboard sa CPU. Kasi lahat ng electrical activity na nagsasabi sa katawan mo kung paano siya gagalaw ay nakapaloob sa nervous system. So, kapag nagka-problema ka sa nervous system, automatic yan, meron niyang apektadong part. Kasi lahat ng part sa katawan mo, centralized, connected sa nervous system through your electric waves and sensory neurons. You also have your endocrine system. So, ito yung mga glands natin. So, we have your mga thyroid gland, sa body function. You have your not respiratory. You have reproductive glands, yung gumagawa ng mga sperm cells and your egg cells for reproduction. There are your glands that controls your metabolism, that controls your emotions. May glands tayo sa brains, nagsasabi kung may excite ba tayo, magiging sad ba tayo, or kung ano man, matatakot ba tayo. You also have your cardiovascular, which is now, cardio meaning pinaka-main niya is heart. Then vascular, kasi yung mga ferrimitis ng katawan natin, it helps in the pumping and circulation of your blood. So this is for your chemo, or this is for your blood system. Para yung mga nutrients niya from the heart, oxygenated blood, mapupunta sa iba't ibang parts ng katawan, magagamit ng oxygen, tapos yung carbon dioxide sa katawan, iikot niya. So, circulatory system din ang tawag sa cardiovascular. So, it includes your heart and your blood vessels. So, yung mga arteries natin, mga veins. You also have your lymphatic. Lymphatic, ito ay substance or fluid within the blood. Sa dugo, hindi lang siya basta mga red blood cells, white blood cells, meron din siya mga iba't ibang mga substances. Lymphatic naman is para sa panlaban natin. Usually kasama to sa immune system. So these are the ones that nagtatanggal, nagdi-discard ng ating mga toxins sa katawan. So these are for your spleen. I think ang Tagalog ng spleen ay lapay. So kasama dyan, pag ikaw ay merong mga sakit, yung mga kulani mo dito sa mga katawan, yan yung pinaka-major, parang yan yung filter agent natin eh. May kulani ka dito sa may throat, dito sa iyong kilikili or armpit, sa may singit. So, dyan yung kumbaga parang point na finifilter niya yung mga unwanted substances or even mga bacteria and virus. So, for example, yung mga beke, di ba kaya ang beke namamaga ang face? Kasi yung virus nafi-filter dito sa inyong lymph nodes. So, that's the lymphatic system. Let's just welcome yung ating bagong sino ba yun? Approve ba? I think si Stephanie. Or kanina ka pa. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi,
there?
Yung internet. Yes,
okay. So, let's continue. Now, respiratory system naman, you have the lungs. So, this is now for your intake of your gas na importante sa katawan. Intake of oxygen para yung blood mo ma-oxygenate, and then yung mga cells mo, because they need oxygen to function, and then yung carbon dioxide to expel. So, hand in hand, si cardiovascular sa si respiratory ay kailangan, very important sa katawan for you to live and survive. Then you also have your digestive system. So, usually dito siya, sa tiyan. Bakit? Internal siya. So, yung ating intestine, we have your large intestine, small intestine, wherein yung food na ipinapasok natin from our mouth, madadigest siya dito. So, it is the kung saan yung breakdown ng mga nutrients from the food para ma-absorb ng mga cells natin. So, digestive problems naman natin, usually regarding din yan sa mga food. Sa kapag nag-o-opera sa tiyan, ayan, yan ang apektado. Usually, the digestive system. Now, you also have your urinary system. Now, this is for the water in the body. Especially kapag yung mga toxins, since nag-breakdown na yung mga nutrients, meron yung mga after products na hindi na kailangan ng katawan. So, pag naiihi tayo, ayan, ang gumagana sa atin ay ating kidney at ang ating urinary bladder. So, problems with that could arise kapag hindi maganda yung water intake mo, or kaya nagkakaproblema ka ng fluid build-up, especially sa may mga heart problem, hindi mailabas yung water, or yung iba naman, di ba tinatanggalan ng sinasabing bato sa bato, yung mga tinatawag na kidney stone. Kasi those are accumulation of those mga minerals sa katawan na nakukuha sa food or yung mga unwanted chemicals and substances na sobra na sa kailangan natin. Yung mga vitamins and other substances. Then you also have your reproductive system, which is now this is for about reproduction, procreation, so making of another human. So reproductive system, it differs on your sex. If you are if your biology is male, your anatomy is also panlalaki. You have your testes, yan ang nag-create ng ating sperm cell para yung kalahati ng sperm cell at yung kalahati ng egg cell, diyan kinukuha yung chromosomes para makabuo ng isang bata. So sa babae naman, if you're female, you have your ovaries. So knowing the systems will make you an idea sa ano ba yung mga major part niya. And then having the terminology for that. For example, for heart, you know that the heart is called your cardiovascular. So cardi. So si heart, siya yung magiging medical term niya. Anything that says cardio, you would know na it's all about the heart and even the blood vessels. Pag naman nakita mong ovarian cancer, testicular cancer, you would know that it's all about reproductive system siya kasi ang ovaries. It's the female genital part. It's the one that is responsible for reproduction in the females and vice versa sa lalaki. So, these are the representation of the human body organ systems in which sa mga next week at sa mga next level, tatalakayin natin siya one by one. So now this is just a general representation. So digestive system, it's all about mga intestines mo, bile, mga ganyan. Muscular system, different types of muscles. We have different names. And of course, dito din usually mga injury mo pag nasugatan ka, tinahian ka ng sugat, so yun yung mga i-identify. Integumentary, the largest part for protection. So lymphatic, eto yung nakita nyo, kulay green and blue, kasi yan yung daanan niya ng line, ng mga fluids na kailangan niyang i-filter. So this is also sa immune system. Na-compare mo sa circulatory, eto yung circulatory. You have your arteries and veins, yung blue and red line, then yung mga ugat-ugat sa katawan natin. And also, you have the heart. Pero, nag-share sila ng isang channeling lymphatic sa kanil circulatory. Kasi si lymphatic system, yung substance na yan, ay present din dun mismo sa blood. Kaya makikita nyo, di ba? Pag nilalaboratory exam ka, hinahanapan ka ng mga antigen, para halimbawa sa vaccination, dun nakikita sa blood kung meron kang magandang immune system. Tinetest nila yung mga white blood cells, red blood cells, plasma, and even yung mga antigen. Kasi lymphatic and circulatory, they share the same network. Saka nandun lang din sila sa fluid ng katawan natin, which is mostly blood. Endocrine system, nervous system, ayan yung representation. So now, let's discuss now understanding medical terms na paano mo siya marirelate. Because tayo, Pinoy tayo, we have our own translation of each part. And also, as an English language user, we know the English translation of this part. But these are layman's term, or these are English terms. But when we're talking about medical terms, we need to know their origin or their names in Greek, in Latin, Italian, in that language. Kasi that's the basis of how these parts or how these diseases are identified. So let's first begin in reconstructing a medical term. A medical term can either be a compound of different terminologies. So pwedeng meron siyang main body or root word, then meron kang medical term or scientific term sa unahan, which is called your prefix, or pwede ding nasa dulo, suffix. So interchangeable siya. So as a general rule, pero syempre may exemption to the rule. Ang sabi lang dito, kapag meron kang mga prefix, in science or in medicine, it usually denotes the size of the body part, the size of the anomaly, the size of the disease presentation. So for example, yung sa mga tumor or yung mga sugat or yung enlargement ng body or pwede ding shape. Especially sa mga bacteria, siya ba ay circular, siya ba ay bacillus, or siya ba ay squarish in nature, or even sa body parts. Kasi yung muscles mo, may iba-iba din shape. You have the color and direction and amount. So usually kapag prefix, we will encounter that on the next slide para mabigyan kayo ng example that tackles about it. Then of course, the middle part or the main body or the root word, usually yan yung nagsasabi kung ano yung apektadong part sa anatomy. So, yun nga, sa cardiology, cardi is the root word, meaning it's the heart. So, cardiology, so yung logy is a Greek word for study of. So, ibig sabihin, cardiology is the study of anything that is related to the heart. Now, next would be the suffix. Usually now, the suffix are yung mga logy. So, from the word cardi or cardio, pwedeng cardiology siya, study of, or cardiologist. Sino yung tao na nag-aaral tungkol sa heart or siya mismo yung doktor. So, naiiba-iba siya, naiiba-iba din yung meaning, pero it pertains to the same. So, check natin. Now, I have an example here. Break down natin. So, you need to first identify and be familiar ano yung main word or ano yung part ng katawan. So, for this one, it's all about your esophagus. So, nasa ng esophagus natin? Nandito sa may neck area.
Neck area.
So, esophagus natin, alam natin, daanan niya ng air and also daanan ng food going down. The root word or the scientific word is esophagy. So, from here, meron kang prefix, trans. Ibig sabihin naman ng trans is across. So, parang idadaan mo siya sa esophagus mo. And then, ial yung suffix mo. So, parang it's a matter of way. So, from this word pa lang, transesophageal, ibig sabihin, dadaan siya across sa esophagus mo. So, that's how you understand a term. You break it down. Second term natin is echocardiogram. So, root word is about heart. Echo is about use of waves. Echo, di ba? Echo yung nagsa-sound waves. So, dito, yung echo ay gumagamit ng sound waves to test your heart. Ibig sabihin naman ng gram dito, etong machine na ginagamit. Pag sinabi mo mga gram, di ba, Telegram, Instagram, parang it's an application or a device that do something. So for this one, you have your echocardiogram. It's using a machine na ang power niya ay waves para ma-picture niya kung ano yung itsura ng heart, kung ano yung problema. So para lang din siyang ultrasound. But this one, ang tinitingnan niya, yung pagbuka ng valves sa blood, pag pumapasok yung dugo, saka kapag lumalabas. Saka tinitingnan din dito yung size ng heart. So on this picture, first dito at sa picture sa baba, it's your echocardiogram. But when you combine these words, it will now become a transesophageal echocardiogram. So meaning, sa halip na ganito gawin using sound waves, merong instrument na ipapasok dito para direkto sa heart. So, naging iba na siyang procedure. But, basing on the meaning, we were able to identify the parts. So, for this one, idinaan sa esophagus para ma-monitor yung heart, while this one, direct sa heart using an echogram. So, example lang to na sinasabing ang isang medical term, you have your main part or your root word, then either it can have a prefix or a suffix. So once na naaral natin to, identifying yung mga names ng parts, we will have an idea kung paano i-interpret. At yun ang ituturo natin for this week or this lesson.
Okay, sir.
Okay? So, your root word can be intermixed. Pwedeng wala siyang prefix, walang suffix, or si root word pwedeng nasa unahan, nasa gitna, or nasa dulo, or kahit saan. So, just like the word, cardiologist. So, eto, heart, cardiologist, siya yung tao na nag-aaral sa heart. So, your cardiologist is the doctor, specializes in heart problems. While myocardial, this is the muscle of the heart. Because the term myo means muscle. So this is muscle of the heart. We will know that later. Pero at least alam nyo lang na pwede siyang mag-mix and match, intermix sa word. So these are the major parts together with the systems na diniscuss ko earlier. We have different terms for different major body parts. So pwede nyo itong balikan sa slide because we will now discuss each and every of the term. So eto, you can write this down or using these slides naman pag binalikan nyo sa pag-review, these are the basic terms. Kumbaga, fundamentals. We need to know each body system or major parts of a body system and what's their medical term. So bone is oste or osteo. So right, you would see commercials kapag kulang ka sa milk or sa calcium pag tumatanda ka. Anong magiging sakit mo?
Osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis, yes. O, dun sa word na osteo, it's all about bones. Bakit? Anong nangyayari sa osteoporosis? So dahil kulang ng calcium yung bones mo, hindi na siya solid. Nagiging porous na siya, yung parang either may bitak-bitak or yung parang meron na siyang mga holes na maliliit hanggang maging brittle siya. So, yung osteo doon, syempre it's all about bones. Yung porosis, pores. So, ano bang meron sa pores? Hindi siya solid. Meron siyang butas. So, something like that. So, muscle, ang root word niya ay myo. Okay? Your nerves naman, so Nur. Kasi, oo. Kasi it's all about the nerves. So, scientific, ang medical term niya ay neural. So, pag naman skin, anong tawag sa doktor na naggagamot sa mga pimples, acne, or pinupunta mo pag may skin problem ka, anong tawag sa doktor na yon? You have your derma, di ba? Dermatologist. So, anything na may kinalaman sa skin natin, it's term sa derm. Your kidney, anong kidney sa Tagalog? Hindi ako masyadong familiar sa kidney ay sa Tagalog terms natin. Anyway, kidney is called your neph or sa renal or nephro. Pero ang root word niya, neph. So pag nakakita kayo ng mga medical terms na merong neph or merong reno, it's all about kidneys. Your urethra, ito naman yung passage mo from your kidneys, from your bladder, ito yung passage ng urine natin. Dito dumadaan yung urine natin. So urethra, it's all about ureter. So you also have sa uterus, lalo na sa babae, ang medical terms dyan ay utero, syempre uterus, or hysterect, or metrium. So, METR, meter, or hyster. So, usually, ito ay sa mga surgical procedure. Kapag body part, medyo, uterus, endometrium. Pag naman sa mga surgery, hysterectomy, so tatanggalin yung uterus mo. Pag ovary naman, ayan, oova, Oo for
Oo for
oo. Kasi meron ding mga tinatawag na oosynthesis. Yung huhugutan ka ng ovaries or na egg cells. So, oophorectomy, tatanggalan ka naman ng ovary. So, ang babae ay may dalawang sa fallopian tube niya, meron siyang dalawang ovaries. Ovaries ang gumagawa ng egg cells. Okay? Your blood is hemo. So kapag hemodialysis, it's all about tinatanggal yung blood mo, nililinis. So dialysis lang or hemodialysis because it's about blood or sangu. So pag nakita niyo yung mga terms na yan, makikita niyo it's about blood. Your blood vessels, yung daanan ng ating mga kung dito kasi sa kamay, sa katawan, it's all about your nerves, your arteries and veins. Yung blood vessels mo naman, usually sa heart, ang tawag ay angi or anjo. So kapag